Hi guys, so today's video we're going to be ranking every water starter from worst to best. Now I've done this before with the grass starter Pokemon, so if you want to check that video out after this one, you can do that. Now this video is going to be mainly focusing on the final evolution starters, but I'll mention their previous evolutions as well as other factors like shininess, competitive viability, etc. Okay, so subscribe and let's get into this. Now our number 9 slot is a Pokemon I just don't like at all. That's actually the most recent water starter being Quaquaval. This Pokemon is just ugly. It's almost as ugly as I am in real life. Yeah, I'm actually super hideous by the way, so don't expect a face reveal anytime soon. But what the fuck were they thinking? This Pokemon is supposed to be based on a peacock, and that's actually probably the only redeeming factor on this Pokemon. But man, this Pokemon is so ugly. I picked Quaxly just to box it and decided to use this thing. Don't ask why. It doesn't help that this Pokemon is just a lazy hue saturation for its shiny, and there's just barely any redeeming qualities on the pre-evolutions, so yeah. Honest thoughts on this Pokemon are... For our number 8 spot, we have a Pokemon that I don't think anyone actually likes, and that's Inteleon. Now, if they're making a Pokemon that's based off of James Bond, at least make it look cool instead of a literal stick figure with a triangle for a head. Competitive-wise, this Pokemon sucks major ass, as it's somehow the worst Pokemon of its trio in both singles and VGC. I'm so sorry, Sabo. God really left you unfinished, and they really gave you an emo middle stage. Unlike Quaquaval, this Pokemon has redeeming qualities. For one, its shiny is clean as fuck, and also its G-Max form is a Snipe Tower. Okay. For our number 7 spot, we have a Pokemon that I don't know why it exists, but it just does, and then that's Primarina. Yeah, it's not looking good for these new gen water starters. I'm gonna start out by saying this. These guys have no redeeming qualities, so we're just gonna ignore them. Primarina is the bread and butter. So it really is surprising how popular it ended up looking like this and not this. Primarina is good competitively at least. Yeah, this Pokemon is just super boring though, unfortunately. I'll be honest, the only reason why I put this above Inteleon is competitive viability. And also, I think I like its design. I guess, I'm not really too sure. And it's shiny despite how minimal it is. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm sorry, Prim. Alright, now we're starting off to get to the juicy stuff. This is where you bite into the orange and you start to feel the juice. Now, for our number 6 spot, we have Feraligatr. For one, this is how you spell its fucking name. I, of course, know why it's like that, but it's always funny to think about. Feraligatr is just a mixture of everything wrong with Johto. Has a weird ass stat distribution, it's a Pokemon that got fucked over because no physical special split, and of course, the fucking name. At least the shiny was pretty good. By the time Generation 3 rolled around, Feraligatr was quite literally that weird quirky middle child. He was caked up for no reason as well. Well, I didn't mind. And then Gen 4 did Gen 4 things and now it's suddenly good. They gave him a good sprite without weird proportions, and they later gave it sheer force in Gen 6. Cool. I do respect Feraligatr as a Pokemon, and then when it comes to the Indigo Disc DLC, I'll probably end up using it on my team. As for the pre-evolutions, I love Totodile, but he unfortunately evolved into this thing. This thing could rival Quaquaval on how ugly it is, but it's still not uglier than me. But before we move on, you're greeted by the Monkeys of Prosperity. They asked you to subscribe to the channel as we are somewhat close to gaining 1,000 subscribers. You can also become a channel member. It's only $3 a month and you do get access to exclusive videos. However, if you do subscribe to the channel, may the Monkeys of Prosperity give you good luck. Now back to the video. Now for our number 5 spot, we have Swampert. Now I know what most of you guys are saying. How dare you put Swampert this low? If you said this just now, I don't think you actually like this Pokemon. Now this is the face you know. Now Mudkip is probably one of the 3 Pokemon that overshadows its final evolution, but you'd probably like the evolution line for 2 reasons. You watched the "Oh, do you like Mudkip" video, or you picked Mudkip as your starter, saw that it was purple, and reset your game because you thought it was a glitch. Now, Swampert is a Pokemon I feel is catered towards a lot of the sweaty nerds that play Pokemon, as both of them disintegrate if you touch any type of grass. Now, every time I play through a Hoenn game, I typically pick Swampert the least. Not because it's bad, but Sceptile and Blaziken are just better. Swampert to me is just a Pokemon that sweaty nerds are just catered towards. As for this guy, well, he progressively started to look worse with each generation until he became irredeemable in Gen 6. But I still like him. Also, Mega Swampert is just, I don't know, forgettable. For our number 4 spot, we have everyone's favorite turtle, Blastoise. Now, if you watched the last video, Venusaur also took the number 4 spot as well. And it's because I like it. And Blastoise, equally. Now, Blastoise, yeah, he's a cool guy. He has cannons, but he doesn't actually use them. I like Squirtle a lot. Wartortle is okay, and Blastoise is awesome. I think my only complaint is that he looks fat in some games. He looks like he's been eating a bit too many Big Macs. Then you have Blastoise sprites that look like these, which makes them look like a fucking badass. Mega Blastoise, however, it's alright. Like, it's not great, but it's not bad at all. It's somehow banned in National Deck, so, good for him, I guess?
Finally, the top 3, and this is where the shit starts to actually get good.
Now, for a number 3 spot, we have Samurai. Now, this is the best Unobin starter, and you can't prove me wrong otherwise. Oshawott, great first stage Pokemon. Dewott, fucking amazing. Samurai, also amazing. A lot of people say that this Pokemon would be better if it was bipedal, but I still think it looks great otherwise. There's a reason why this Pokemon is in Legends Arceus. Speaking of Legends Arceus, they made him edgy and an OU staple at this time. I think Hisuian Samurott does Samurott justice in all the right categories. He also did it shiny justice by making it look like this. I know, it's supposed to be a reference to, you know, regular Samurott. They've done this for like God knows how many shiny Pokemon, but it looks great otherwise. It looks better than whatever this is. So I had a hard time figuring out which Pokemon should be number 1, but I decided to put my foot down. For our number 2 slot, it's Empoleon. Now, I adore this Pokemon. Why? Well, for one, just look at its design. It's fucking Napoleon with a fucking trident for a beak. And he's the biggest bird. Now, I love Piplup. That's my boy. And despite what people say, I love Prinplup as much as Piplup. He does not look ugly. That goes to Quaquaval, of course. Empoleon, though, now that is a good boy. He looks so majestic for no reason. The fact they made a water steel type and the fact that it's unique to it is amazing. Believe it or not, Empoleon got buffed this generation. They finally gave it competitive instead of defiant. I actually top cut a VGC local event I went to using a shiny Empoleon. Now, its shiny is alright, but at least it doesn't suck. I also loved Barry's Empoleon in the anime. It felt like Barry was one of the few characters that matched with Empoleon's personality. Even though Empoleon is number 2, it will always have a special place in my heart. Now, for the number 1 spot, it's fucking Greninja. So this Pokemon is essentially Charizard, but for fucking Zoomers. And as overrated as this Pokemon is, it's pretty fucking awesome. For one, it's a ninja. Anything that's a ninja is bound to look cool. And its tongue is its scarf. Like, what? This Pokemon can literally do anything and look cool while doing it. This Greninja can watch the Amazing Digital Circus and, actually, never mind. Also, this Pokemon was the second ever starter Pokemon to get banned off of OU, only behind a bucket of KFC chicken. Also, its shiny is a very, very sexy lad. But Greninja is only the appetizer. Now this dude is the main course. Ash Greninja single-handedly makes the Pokemon anime look like a fucking shonen anime. Every time I saw this Pokemon on screen, I knew I was in for a treat, and I immediately get disappointed afterwards. My thoughts on Ash Greninja are the same but 10 times better, except for the fact that its shiny sucks, fuck that guy. It's too bad this Pokemon basically got retconned out of existence, rest in peace I guess? It's also crazy how we lasted 4 years without Greninja being in the game. Even though I personally like Empoleon more than Greninja, I think the foundation it has makes me want to put it at the #1 spot. Also, if I didn't put Greninja at #1, I would probably receive death threats in the comments section. But yeah, that's probably it. If this video does better than the grass starter video, then I'll make a fire starter video. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and become a member, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.